episode of Dual Wellness, the show where a mother and her son, mother's name is Camille, she's 57, son's name is Max, he's 23, talk about health, wellness, mental,
You're going
physical,
out of the camera with your
those
wiggling.
things, all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Right,
if
yes.
you like the idea behind that, give us a like, give us a subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think, leave some ideas, stuff like that. We appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. We
Yeah.
absolutely do.
We just talk about random topics weekly, so usually weekly, sometimes.
It is kind of random. Yeah, sometimes it's not weekly.
We're not
Max
super
well.
consistent, but we have plenty of videos.
We try.
already if you want to double check those, but
We do have we've
lot of
got a
videos.
lot of videos. Go look.
so go catch up on those. Anyways,
All right.
today's topic is listen to a good book.
You probably cannot see this, and it's in cursive, which
all
Max
right.
told me he couldn't read
I
it.
know I can read it. I just did.
Oh, you did. You did.
I can read cursive, but I was probably one of the last few generations of school kids who actually did learn.
Did you learn like cursive? I didn't. I don't remember
I don't
you.
know.
I remember your brother and sister, but not you.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It
They don't
sucks
teach it in school anymore.
because it's stupid and useless.
No, it's not. Try
But-
reading documents from previous. You will struggle.
Yeah, I know. Because it's stupid and useless. So, anyways.
Anyway,
So-
that's what our subject is. Our subject today, our subject that we wanted to talk about today is listen to a good book. And the reason why we wanted to no, stop it. The reason why we wanted to talk about this is because Max has recently started really digging on the whole on Audible and utilizing Audible. I've
Shout out Amazon.
shout out to there,
Small business.
Are there other book listening? I don't know
ask
them.
me.
I'm sure there is. There's but I don't remember what it's called. But Max might be industrious and look it up. Probably not.
No.
Pro-
Well,
So anyway, why we wanted to so Max and I were talking a lot about what he's been listening to lately. It's really generated a lot of conversation and stuff. And we it's funny because a lot of times people they poo-poo listening to a book instead of reading a book. And I think there are absolute benefits to both. There's benefits to both forms, but I think that listening to a book opens up reading and the enjoyment of books and everything else to a whole bunch of people
Yeah.
that might not want to read a book.
with our modern brains. I used to read. I read a decent amount when I was a kid.
You did.
It's a pretty high reading level.
You were
And
a high reading level,
something
yes,
like that.
yes.
And something happened where I just stopped. Probably.
Video games?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I just stopped reading. Really, now my brain is permanently broken,
No,
and I
it's
have a
not.
hard time. Even I have a hard time sitting down and reading a book. I'm still doing it, but it is tough at
You
times.
you have to make yourself.
Really, yeah, you gotta
it's
turn
important.
into a big ritual for sure. But people drive a lot.
And before you say that, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you said you turn it into a big ritual because I also sometimes struggle. I used to read physical books a lot more. And when you say ritual, my ritual is, and some people don't understand this, I get into that bathtub. I have to read in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm reading a book and if I'm looking forward to reading that physical book, I have to take a bath.
Yeah,
I like to read in the bathtub.
that's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm
Read
sorry.
on the John.
People do read on the John.
Get on that toilet. Read.
Okay, we don't need to go into
Go
detail.
poop and read.
So anyway,
So, anyways, but what people do a lot is go on walks, drive. How many
Yep.
times do you find yourself listening to the same album? How many? You get in the car, you pull up
Turn on the-
Spotify immediately. You don't turn on the radio. Nobody listens. to
some
the radio.
people turn on the radio, Maxwell. There's radio stations. I listen to the radio sometimes. You know what I like to do? I like to, when I'm traveling, when I'm road tripping, I like to listen to local radio. We
Awful.
did that. I like to read fiction and listen to nonfiction. So nonfiction, a lot of times if I try to read it, it makes me fall asleep. It does. It puts me.
Yeah.
So I feel too much like I'm
Reading
learning.
a textbook.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Like I'm back in school.
Taking
and
notes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that. So a lot of the honey, that is
That's
your
really
phone.
loud.
That is
Hello?
crazy.
And more.
Someone's blowing you
Juan
up.
Carlos.
Okay.
My friend.
So I like to almost all of the nonfiction that I read. Almost all of the nonfiction, I read it by listening to it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a different thing. It's different than reading it yourself. Yeah, there might not be like all of the scientific benefits of reading a book, but I'm sure there's still
You
plenty.
still absorb it.
I think you're still absorbing everything like that, and it opens the door to a lot of amazing stories, really interesting, unique stories, and I think
Max recently. So you recently read. You started with listening to the Stephen King on writing.
On Writing a Memoir of the Craft by Stephen King.
Right now, would you have
I would have had a hard time reading that. I would have had a very hard time reading that because it's nonfiction. I would have been like,
and it's a big.
It's fairly large, but it talks about his early life. It talks about his life, a bunch of information on writing, stuff like that, and it's a lot. But when I finished the book,
You loved it.
I loved it. When I finished the book, listening to it, I would just wake up in the morning, go on a walk, listen to some of it. It would get me in the mood to write. And when I go to the gym, I would just listen to it for part of the gym. It's not exactly the most motivating thing.
No,
so
it's
part of
hard
it,
to.
you listen. Yeah, maybe on your cool down, you listen to it.
Yep.
But I got through a 15-hour book in a few days, and it was like it was amazing. I still got everything out of it. I got a lot out of it.
And did you find yourself like if you? That's one of the things so if you were on a walk, this is one thing that I do. If I'm on a walk and I have like a choice between two different ways, and I'm really listening to a good book and I want to listen to it longer, I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to take this longer way.
Yeah, I definitely did that. Yeah, I would go on like 2-hour walks in the morning sometimes.
That's great.
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
And just
so you could listen to that, and you were looking. And do you feel like it made you? Sometimes, if I'm really listening to a good book, and I only let myself listen to it when I'm walking, I look forward to my walk.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'd wake up in the morning and be like, I'm very excited to go on this walk.
Yeah, because you wanted to listen to that book.
It was never work, and if reading feels like work to you, and it just feels like something you should do because there's benefit, people say it's good for you. Just try listening to a book. Just try listening to it. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not part of some club or something like that.
I love it. Max and I were talking earlier. He just got given a book by my brother who owns a bookstore. He got a physical book, and it's and I'm sure everybody's heard of it.
Man's Search for Meaning. Yeah.
Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, and it's commonly it really is thought to be the best book of the 20th century. Of the 20th century. Yeah, of course, people would debate that. They'll debate anything, but Max and I were talking about it. He was talking about reading it. My brother was talking about how much it meant to him, and I said I would have a hard time reading the physical book because of the subject matter. It's about a gentleman who lives through the Holocaust, and it's just I would have a really, really, really hard time reading a physical copy of that book. However, it did make me, through us talking, I was like, I should get that on Audible, and because I think that I could listen to it. I think that I could listen to it. One of the things with Audible, and one of the things you'll find out is the more you listen to it. So if I listen to nonfiction, especially if I listen to like a memoir or something like that, so the narrator is key.
Yep, definitely.
Key. I have really, really looked forward to listening to books, gotten a couple, like 15 minutes in and went, oh no, I cannot do this. This voice is driving me insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's really amazing now because with some of the Audible books, the production value, I mean, they'll have multiple big name actors that are, and it's very cool. But one of the things that's very cool is when I listen to a memoir, like I listened to Tina Fey's memoir, and it was really, really good, but she read it.
Yeah.
And I think Stephen King read his, everything, and I think that
adds a lot more to it.
It does.
Their voice.
it does. So read it kind of bothers me when I read a memoir it's not them.
The person who wrote it. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of hard. It's kind of immersion breaking. So
Yeah, I
you're
don't
saying
like that.
I, and like it's like, but you're not Stephen King.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
So
anyways, so that's what we think about books and audiobooks, and that you should go and listen to them.
You
Get
should go
Audible,
and listen to
sign
them.
up. If you already have Amazon Prime, I think you have Audible. I think.
no, you have to sign up.
Really?
You sign up for it, and
I
they
hate
have
you,
different.
Bezos.
Well, stop. They have different things, and you get with my membership, which
Those
is
tokens. Yeah.
very minimal. You get a free credit every single month.
Free book a month.
Yeah, it's not really free because you pay for it,
But
because you pay
you
with
get-
your monthly
yeah.
membership.
So-
but a free book a month, that's your free credit a month that your son could steal from you.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Think about that. Look how happy I am.
Exactly.
So-
Make your son happy.
You should.
All right.
But anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Check out
Down
all the
below.
videos.
Down below.
Thank you very much. This is Do Wellness out.
Bye, friends.
Bye bye.